Hello everyone, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed my last video about how I went to a local craft store. So now I would like to run over some of those selection of beads that I got and how I actually went back to the store. There was an even better sale, and so I even found more beads. I found a really pretty strand of, it's a 4-piece strand, 4 different sizes of the clear crystal beads, 4 different sizes of the semi-precious beads, and these are the turquoise semi-precious. These are kind of like a frosted purpley pink glass bead, and a multicolored blue glass bead with just a couple of solids in it. You can see here and here. Pretty combination of blue. It's just round beads. They're all rounded, couple swirls, and then 2 different individual colors of solid blue. And I actually came across some pink ones that are very similar to the blue ones that I had already gotten. They're just a little bit bigger. So that multicolored design I think will look really pretty. I'm excited to use those. Then I got some really fun ones, kind of look like they would go really good with an oceans theme where it's like a netted ball. I don't know, you have to kind of think outside the box and be creative. I did get some more of these metal beads. Let's see here if I can get it to focus. It's a bunch of different little fish. And a multicolor, kind of like a champagne wine color of glass beads. And then a blue, kind of a crackly glass bead. Also a semi-precious. And then these really pretty purple, it's kind of like a purple iridescent. I don't know if you can kind of see that purpley in it, but they're purple heart-shaped iridescent crystal beads, crystal glass beads. So those would be really good for a centerpiece, like say up in this area. Like see how here I've got a little pearl bead. I could also do something like that as a centerpiece bead. This would not be what I would hang at the bottom. It would be an extra piece up there. So pretty cool and a really good size. So I'm going to take a second and kind of cut these up, get these broke down, and then what I'm going to do is show you how I'll do my design. Okay, so I've got everything together here, and I did add another little drawer of my beads that I already had. These are my bicone shaped beads. These beads are the ones that I'm actually going to fit into the tube bead, and this tube bead has the loop on the end. So if you're to search that bead, that's what you would search for. So anyways, I did pull those out because I didn't buy any of those shapes. I noticed, which is kind of awkward because I picked so many and they're all actually rounded or different shapes. So nonetheless, these are my extra ones. That's the only other thing that you'll see that I'll add. You'll see what I use is still the ones that I had picked. So anyways, let's move on with it. And thanks for tuning in. I know it took me a long time to get this video going. We've been working on a side project that is kind of a passion project, so to speak, where it kind of has been taking a lot of my time and a lot of my energy, and I want to put 110% into that because it is something that's obviously a passion project, and it does involve my husband and I. So anyway, so that's kind of what I had to focus on for a little bit. So now I'm back to this. I just wanted to finish up this video and get to those details as far as what I had said I would do. All right, so again, here's the one that I had already picked and finished. These are completed sets. This is kind of how it would hang, so to speak. So you're gonna look at me making the next design. So I think what I'll do is do purple or pinks and purples perhaps on this side and try to stick with maybe more of the blues on this side so that you can see the differences of what I'm doing. Anyways, okay, so first of all, let me line up all of my pieces that I use for every single design so that you can see how that goes. I'll put my extra little flute beads down there. And I think I'll actually move this. And then that'll be my 1, 2, 3. I've got 3 loose crystals right here. I do have one more. Let's see. So let's do 4. Set that right there. Okay, and one more here. Now you see that I already kind of started a design here. I was just kind of getting myself laid out for what kind of look I was going for. This is one of those beads that's got like the floral print on it. So it's got yellows and greens and pink, and it's a white bead. So a lot of different colors go really well with this. So obviously what I've picked over here is something that can be in a very good, well blended match to go with these beads. So right away, I want to make sure that I get my specific shaped bead right there for that, because those are the only ones that I make sure it's the same as well all the time. Obviously not the same color, but the same shape, that bicone shape. Okay, so I also want to add and incorporate some of the green in other areas. So I'm going to put green here and here, as well as down here. Let's do it right against here, because this bead technically sits like that. And then I'll probably go with a little bit smaller. This would actually be there so that you get the full size. That dot here is where that would end up. So let me line it up. This is basically with the matching design that I'm going for, to where it'll end at this dot, and all of these dots are kind of in the same spot. And this is my cutoff point here. Set that right here. Okay, I think that's good enough. That's a good start right there. Especially being so restricted to one tray. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drawers with 6 other bead options. So I was really restricting myself. This is just kind of my example of what I picked up from the craft store. These are all beads that came from there, and therefore it's an excellent way to see that you could just start somewhere. This is only a small portion of the beads that I had gotten, and I've already got 4 pieces right here ready to go. So pretty much that's kind of why I was showing you this stuff, is because some people were kind of asking how to start, and this is exactly the way you should start. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'm gonna finish up this in the end, and then I'll show up some close-ups too of the finished product. well, here they all are. I'll finish them all up here in a little bit. I just want to get this wrapped up for you guys so you could see how it looked when it was done. One of them I did finish all the way. That's this one here. And I just want to tell you too real quick, like if I would have bought just one clear strand of those crystal beads or glass beads, whatever I had picked, I would have been able to just kind of skip pulling out that extra bin, I believe, had I just picked a clear. So if it had been a clear glass, I could have just done it in any of these, so therefore I wouldn't have had to use that. But I didn't even think of it. I just was picking what I thought was pretty. So that's just kind of a side note to the project is, you know, if you are getting something from there, just make sure that if you intend to have that very stiff look right here, see that doesn't shake around, and especially once it's hanging, you have a lot of stiffness in here because I make sure that that line is really tight. And that's why I use that bicone shaped bead. So it can be any color or it can just be clear. That way you can do a consistency all the way across all of your designs and just switch all the colors out from there out in your design and whatnot. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you do have questions or you have comments, please leave them below.